Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Something More Comfortable, the Black Velvet Experience. I am your host, of course, the bow tie bully himself, Black Velvet, and I am joined by a extremely special guest this evening, Queen. Oh, she is everything. Man, what isn't she? She is carrier of life. She is a singer. She is a director. She is a playwright. I am saying it, speaking it into existence. She is a playwright. For those in the back that didn't hear me, she is a playwright. The beautiful, the lovely, the strong, the incredible, the Miss Karen-Leigh. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. I'm just fine. Enjoying the Saturday. How about you?
Listen, I'm doing good. Got to get all the little, things done that need to get done, pay the bills and wash clothes and all that foolishness. So it's those things,
Yeah, so, I do.
Yeah.
Adulting.
Man, listen. and at the end of the day, there is nobody ain't no trophies coming.
No
medals.
No trophies. None of that.
Yeah, no medals. Listen, ain't nobody about to come in and no.
All you get is the satisfaction that you got things done.
Right.
I know it.
Yeah, something is complete. And honestly, it's kind of funny when you think about it, but I feel like we should actually be far more like celebratory in ourselves and in and of ourselves that we accomplish these things, because it takes a long time to get to the place where we're accomplishing the things that we love doing.
Yes.
But we should really celebrate the things that we are accomplishing that may seem like, oh, okay, you got your laundry done, but you should be like, okay, because I completed something.
Exactly. Absolutely. Just celebrating that you were able to accomplish that today.
Right.
And especially with everything that is going on, just the feeling of, man, I was able to do it. So yeah, that definitely deserves to be celebrated.
Exactly.
In whatever way we decide to celebrate. So
facts,
definitely.
Facts. Yeah. How was the little mama? Is she good? She's straight?
She's good. She's growing.
All right.
Yeah.
Did she tap dance today, or did she kind of chill out today?
She's been tap dancing all day.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she's gonna tap dance. I think. Well, she should be tap dancing until she leaves my body. So
right. Until she up out the body.
She should be tap dancing. Yes, quite a bit.
Man.
We like tap dancing. We like that a lot.
Right.
So.
Right. We want her moving. It's kind of funny, the tap dancing thing, because there is a video, the one chip challenge. It's like a chip. It's a single chip in a package that has ghost pepper on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there is a video of I seen it last night, of a Black lady, specifically of Ethiopian descent, and her coworker, this white guy, and so they both eat this chip, and she has like a little bit of, like, ooh,
yes, ooh. Yeah, it doesn't affect her much.
Not much, but then the guy is he is literally tap dancing all over the studio. Like, she's like, "Are you okay? Are you good?" And he's like,
she's just taking a good breath.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. She's like, "Oh, ooh, that all right. That was Okay, I felt that.
Yes.
But that's it. That's it. She doesn't do much else. It's just like, all right.
Nope. Nope.
All
And he's a
right.
regular Savion Glover.
Listen, huh? Regular man
Gregory
tan.
Hines.
He is out here. Listen, Mr.
Struggling.
Bojangles, what are you doing, sir? Are you good? Are you okay?
Oh man.
Straight up. He is like, yeah,
Hey,
listen.
yes.
Challenge.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, she's about on that level right about now.
Oh man.
Yeah, she been
Okay.
tapping. So
Hey.
it's good. It's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Better movement than none. So
Exactly.
yeah.
You like her moving. So it's cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody, the topic for this evening is long distance relationships and all that goes with it and dealing with it. So I think my very first question for you would be, what is the most difficult part of the long distance relationship?
Right. Well, okay. For those who don't know, Black Black Velvet is in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, yes, near St. Louis, Missouri, and I am in Raleigh, North Carolina. So if we were driving, it's about 13 hours away from each other. The hardest part, I think, in dealing with this particular relationship and this long distance relationship is the need for the physical part of our relationship right now, being physically present with each other, especially being pregnant. Right now, it is needing, the physical things. Wishing, you were around and able to feel her moving and to, help get me things.
Right. I was gonna say that's really what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with feeling the baby move, because I felt the baby move, y'all. I have felt her move. It is more or less, I need you to rub because I'm sore, and yes. I need you to go get me stuff.
I am so sore all the time, and yes, I would love for you to be able to go get me water when I need water,
right?
Or whatever. But no, it's all of that, and I would also say the challenge of just needing to be present sometimes. Indeed. Just needing to be in space with you, and not just being in space. Sometimes, with this relationship, the challenge is that we feel like we have to talk all the time because communication's all we have.
Right.
And that's always been our relationship, which is really interesting to me, is that we have never been in the same city from friendship to now. We've never been in the same place.
Right.
As far as living in the same place. So, we are very good communicators with each other at this point. But I think sometimes we just we don't want to have to talk all the time to, fuel what we have. And so that's hard sometimes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would probably say yeah. So it's kind of funny because even though I'm joking, for me it would make me feel better being able to go, being able to not just being able to go, being able to make sure that what you put in your body, I can control that. Because again, if you were with me and you were around me, I would cook. Because even before, when you would I've been there and you weren't, and I wasn't doing anything and you were doing stuff, I tried to
Mm-hmm.
feed you and make sure that what you walk out that door with is good,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to, oh, here goes some like, nah, man, I don't.
What's available at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, cause oh my goodness, that just hit my spirit, because everything that's available to you in the moment ain't
Mm-hmm.
really good for you
Yeah.
in the short term or the long term.
Yeah. Most of it's terrible. As far as the convenient things, the quick, really, really quick things are terrible.
Right,
So,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah. No, I get it.
So yeah, so that probably for me is the biggest thing. Is that being able to be there, be present again? Because some days I come home and I'm just tired, and
Mm-hmm.
the little boy in me, because the reality is that's what it is the little boy in me does not want to um be by myself. I want to, when I come in, just be able to lay on you
Yeah.
and have you rub my head. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know. It's like, it seems like when it was Virginia, it wasn't nearly as hard.
Right. Right. We
Yeah,
weren't that far from each other.
right.
We really weren't. Yeah. A
Yeah,
weekend was no problem.
this is true, because it was just yeah, because now that I think about it, if I had 4 days off and I lived in Virginia still, like, it would definitely have a different effect. It would definitely sit differently than it does knowing, like, okay, I can't just jump in a car and a flight is expensive. And,
Mm-hmm.
well, it depends. I mean, if we actually were ever buying tickets in a timely fashion, they might actually be
Yeah.
cheaper. But that's
We
neither here.
tend to get them last minute.
Yeah,
It's just
it just
the
is.
nature of the beast.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think those are probably my two. I I feel like the communication might be, it might be different. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there may be, because and I feel like the funny thing is a lot of the communication would be different, because I would be there trying to, like, jump on those landmines, or sorry, not
Mm-hmm.
landmines, but grenades, but trying to
Mm-hmm.
jump on those grenades, like, before you feel a certain way, like, ooh, I got it.
Mm.
Like, being able to see it, because it's a different type of communication. Because when I can see you, I can see, like, you know what, you need to eat,
Yeah.
you need something, I got you, I'm gonna take care of that, I'm gonna go grab that, and that way it's done even before you're like, I really need this thing or wanted this thing. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because that can be a bit much. So,
What's the example for that? Like this past week when I freaked out because I didn't have food.
right, exactly,
Yeah, that was a rough day.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But but
for those who don't know, to make the story make sense,
right,
I I work from home now with COVID, but my work schedule changed, so I work 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And so being pregnant and trying to plan meals and all of this while working from home, while it may seem like it should be easier, is really not. So it's 8 o'clock most of the time, 9 o'clock before I eat for the evening, which is way too late for me to eat. And the other day, I just wanted one specific thing. And of course, the places where I would get these specific things were both tripping. So I had a straight up breakdown in the car uh, at the second stop because I just wanted my sandwich and it was just proving too difficult to get it. Um, but I understand what you're saying. Honestly, it's one of those things where I know you, and had you been here, I could have said hours ago that I was hungry and you would have done something to help me out. I just couldn't, leave work,
Right.
doing my job to go and get what I wanted at that time. I know that you would have made sure that I was in a better place and I had what I needed.
Right.
Even if it wasn't what I was craving at the time, you would have made something that I would like and would have been good for me,
Right.
So yeah, yeah. And I know that's how you are, and you want to be present and you want to be able to help,
Right.
and it's a lot.
Right.
So I get it.
Yeah. Okay. So, knowing the things that are the hardest, what would you say is the easiest part of the long distance? If anything.
Easy. There are really good things about being long distance. I don't know if any of them are easy,
Okay.
but there are good things.
Okay. So, what would you say those are?
The good things would include the fact that our relationship is so much about communication.
Indeed.
Because I can say that in other relationships where, whoever I was dating was near me or in the same city or, whatever, the relationship, by the time we got to having a physical relationship, the communication waned. I mean, it was still there, but it wasn't as important.
Got you.
And so, and it's just one of those things. So I just think that because our relationship from the beginning was structured around communication, because that is all we had, I think that was the best thing that could happen for the two of us.
Indeed.
Yeah. We really got to know each other over a good period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think it kind of opens you up, because I feel like when you're in close proximity to one another that you don't actually take the time to like open up boxes that are uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't really touch, you don't really pursue, it's like, because you start to fall into a routine, and because that routine is the physical, and hey, let's go get something to eat, and let's what we watching, you start to fall right. So you start to fall into watching TV shows, to having sex, to going to get something to eat, to hey, let's go do this, hey, let's go do that. You're constantly going to do things that and then you got to work.
Right.
And then you got to go do this.
Right.
And so you never get to a place where you are, hey, maybe we should talk about our past relationships, issues and difficulties that we have had, things, baggage that we may be carrying into the relationship, because it's always better to know about it and see it, rather than, because it's almost like, I feel like most relationships, especially close ones, so you because it just clicked into my head. It's like our baggage. So what happens is, because eventually, what do we do a lot of times when we're really close to each other? We will eventually say this one line. This line is like, and almost everybody's probably heard it at some point, if you eventually move in with somebody, is, hey, you know what? You always at my house, or I'm always at your house. Why don't we, just have one bill, have one light bill, one electricity, one water bill and all that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you do all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this person, whether it be the man to the woman's house or the woman to the man's house, they come in with these bags. They come in
Right.
with this stuff. But when you see those bags, they don't unpack all of it right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
They bring it in, they bring out the stuff that is necessary for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, hey, you know what? I'm tired tomorrow in the morning, whenever, blah, 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 or my day off. And
Yeah.
and so, and I feel like your day off ain't my day off. Right. And so
Mm-hmm.
I got the day off. You don't have the day off because we were in that situation where I would be off and you would still be doing stuff, not necessarily working, but you would be doing stuff.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
imagine I start unpacking things and then you never see everything that I take out of the bags.
Mm-hmm.
So then you don't even know that thing is in the house
Right.
until one day you stumble upon it and you're like, yo, where did this come
Where did this come
from?
from? Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that folks it is literally that same thing. You don't ever really address like, hey, do you have childhood trauma?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have relationship trauma? Do you
Mm-hmm.
and in that trauma, do you blame yourself? Do,
Mm-hmm.
do you have do you have trust issues?
Mm-hmm.
Is social media an issue for you?
Right.
It's like is
All of that stuff.
man, and
Mm-hmm.
because you're right up under each other
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to kill the vibe,
Yeah.
you don't address it.
Right.
But then you have blow ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never really take the opportunity or the time to say, hey, you know what, let's turn these phones off, let's turn this TV off, let's not read a book, let's talk. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I feel like that ability to talk and talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is, what I mean? And again, the reality is there are days where it's just like we're just sitting there on the phone kind of like, and then after a minute we're just like, you know what? I'm going to talk to you later cuz just don't really have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really like you at this very moment cuz cuz that's the real. It's just real. I don't really like you, and I don't like the way that this conversation has
It's going.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you later.
Let me regroup.
Right.
We'll come back this another way, another day.
Right.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I'm gonna go on and move around because
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny, like like you said, with blow-ups happening when you're right in front of a person, it's funny how our blow-ups happen because it's not something that is, it's like we've addressed the the past stuff, right? Like we know the emotional things that are happening in the moment with our discussions. There might be things that we've missed or that we haven't discussed yet, but we know the foundation of what is bothering the other person, right?
Right.
We've had that discussion. And what ends up coming out in the end, as far as what is bothering us really, is just that we miss each other,
Right.
just that we miss physically being in the same room.
Right.
And it's crazy because it'll be a whole blow up, a whole fight, and at the end of all that discussion it just boils down to we need to be in the same room with each other
Right.
soon so that we can just be. And have these face-to-face discussions, or just look at each other.
Right.
Sometimes I just need to look at your face,
Right.
look into your eyes, because there are certain things that you can convey to me just by looking at me, that, and that's why discussions about, and it's funny because the thing about what we have to do to express love to each other may not be necessary when we're with each other in the physical.
Right.
So this normally is not something that I really need. It's not something that I have to have. But because we are in this present situation, I need this from you.
Right.
And it's that kind of thing. And that can turn into an issue, because it's like, I'm asking you to do something that you wouldn't normally have to do.
Right.
And I wouldn't normally ask for it.
Right.
But because we are in the situation we are in, this is just something additional that I need.
Right.
Right. And it's that kind of thing. It's adjusting to not being, physically present and all of that. It's just, but I definitely think it's something that has made us so strong.
Right.
I definitely think it has been worth it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It definitely is worth it. And I was going to say, and I feel like for the people that say that, forget a long distance relationship, I just can't, I'm not doing it. It's like, it part of me thinks like, what is it that you are trying to avoid? Are you trying to avoid the work?
Yeah, I was one of those people.
Right. And it's funny because I get it, but then it's because I feel like most people, what they originally try to be like, well, because you never know what they doing. They could be cheating on you. They could be blah, blah, blah. Listen, baby, if that's the thing that you are most concerned with, you don't need to be in no relationship.
Right.
Because the reality is, if he live across town, he could be cheating on you.
Right.
Cheating is a thing that can be done pretty much anywhere. It's possible anywhere. But the truth of the matter is that most people don't want to put in the work.
Right. Right.
Because the reality is that the idea of like oh my God, I want a relationship like theirs. It's like, baby, do you really want it? Because it's just like seeing a man or a woman with a body. Oh man, I want a body like them. But do you? Because no, because do you really want to have to put in the kind of work that it takes to get that type of body?
If that's what you did, you don't know how they got that.
This is valid. This is very valid. They
in any case,
they may have gone. Hey, you may think that they relationship goals, and they may be on some Will and Jada type stuff, and you like, I don't think I want that relationship no more. But it's the reality of if it is a healthy thing. It ain't healthy because it's just like when we were just talking about the things that you should be eating and not eating and all of that stuff, and the things that we love to eat, and it's like that's how it's like, yeah, you think you want to be healthy, but even in a healthy relationship, a healthy body, there are so many things that you have to do to be healthy that aren't fun.
It is so much work.
That are not exciting. That most people are like, because again, you have mostly only communication. And because you have mostly only communication, but honestly though, I feel like but again, I feel like if people really wanted the kind of relationships that they think that they ask for, it's like, yo, that would be the thing you would want most is tell me what it is you need.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Let's talk about it.
right. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm like, ooh, this is the thing, ladies. If the sex is trash, don't just say it's trash. Give
Mm-hmm.
give that man actionable. Give him actionable. You know, task or things that I can do something about that. If you
Mm-hmm.
tell me why is it trash? Don't just say that it is trash. Tell me why is it trash?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when
But
you
yeah, go on,
huh?
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. What's up?
Well, I was just gonna say that you know how much trust it takes to get to the point where you can have that type of discussion with someone.
Yeah, yes. Actually, I do.
Yes.
I am well aware. I am. Yeah, I'm pretty fluent in that. Yeah.
Especially if someone has gone through trauma, it is hard to discuss with someone what what they need.
Right.
And like I said, if they've
Mm,
gone through trauma, sometimes there's an expectation
right.
that they feel like they have to meet.
This is valid.
And that's one thing I was going to say about your previous point about putting in the work and having to face things that you did not want to face.
Right.
Because I noticed that this is the healthiest relationship that I've ever been in. Our relationship is the healthiest one I've ever been in, and it's because I have had to face everything that I didn't want to face, everything,
Right.
and and it's still a work. It's a lot of work in progress, but on myself. But it's the fact that I had to trust you with information about myself, and the fact that you said to me, that is okay. Let's slow down.
Right.
Let's take our time. You have to heal. I'm not going anywhere. We're right here with each other. I'm right here with you.
Right.
But you have to heal what has hurt you so deeply that you think you have to live up to this sort of expectation.
Right. Mm,
And what you thought you needed to give me, or what you thought you wanted, you are now realizing you don't want.
right.
And I had to trust you with, first of all, that information from the get-go,
True.
and then trust that you would hear me out, and because you love me, decide, whether this was something that you were around for, that you could stick with me through, or if it was too much. But I had to trust that that our relationship, in our relationship, you would make the best decision for yourself, and because you loved me, ultimately for me.
Right.
You decided that you could handle that. You decided that a long time ago.
Right.
you
Right.
know
Right.
and so it's like, okay, I can be with her through this. I know that hurt. And I can still, even before the issues that I had last year, you knew and you saw the burdens that I carried as a woman, and feeling inadequate, and feeling like I was responsible for taking care of certain needs, right?
Right.
You saw that a long time ago,
Yeah.
and you made that decision. I had to build trust in you, and you said, okay, I can handle this. And but that had to come with a lot of discussion and a lot of tears and a lot of things just coming out. And like I said, it was trust. The trust that you and I have built is a lot of the reason why I trust you not to cheat. You trust me not to cheat. You know, that's what we have a foundation built on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's easier for us to say, I trust him being 13 hours away. I trust her being 13 hours away. You know what I mean? Our trust is built on so much more than, girl, he'll cheat on you, or man, that woman in North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's way beyond that.
Right.
Yeah, we have gotten to a point in trust with each other that is like, man, cheating, that's not even something we really talk about. It is everything else that I trust you with and you trust me with.
Right. Yeah.
All the real deep stuff. Yeah.
Right. Cause
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like the cheating stuff is so superficial.
It is. It
It
is.
yeah, like
In a
that is
way.
a
In a
very
way.
well,
Yeah.
right. Well, when I say, because if you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like a pool. And the reality is that's like that's in the like 3 to 5 feet of water.
Mm-hmm.
The part of the water where you can kind of stand up in. Because a lot of the things that we have talked about or addressed and tried to and dealt with and continue to deal with are the that 12 and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they aren't it isn't that stuff where it's kind of like, oh, I figured he would do that because I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're not used to, because think about it, everybody cheat, but you're not used to a person being like, no, 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 you ain't,
Mm-mm.
you not slick. I want to
Right.
see that.
Yeah.
The thing, because you brought it in here and you but you kept it in the box. What's in that box?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What's in the
Mm-hmm.
box?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible.
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help
That's
myself.
terrible. Oh, poor
uh,
Brad.
right. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
awful. Yeah, I do. I do. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We've unboxed some things
Yeah. It's like, hey,
right in front of each other. Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what's in that box? And I need to know. I need to see. It's like, no, don't just
Mm-hmm.
like, don't just open the lid and no, you see, look, it's a no. Take it out
Take it
of the
out.
box. Take it out of
Yeah.
that packaging. Let me see it.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you. Let me see it. But that's the, like you said, it's trust. It's that I'm not going to dish you. I'm not going to disrespect. Like, I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to laugh at you. I'm not going to judge you.
Judge you. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to run. Just show me
Yeah.
what's in the package. Like, because, okay, all right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you have that in there, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that I have seen what it is. And that's the other thing. It's I have accepted, I have be prior to ever even seeing the box, I have accepted that I am going to see something that I may not like, I may not necessarily agree with, that I may not completely understand,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to stand here regardless of what it is that's in that box, no matter what it is that you say, no matter what it is that you show me, I am going to stand here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier when you were saying about trust too, because I was saying the whole the
Mm-hmm.
the 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 trusting somebody enough to be able to have those kind of conversations. And I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say, that you probably shouldn't give someone your body. You shouldn't trust them with your physical body if you don't trust them with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the reality of it. Like, why would I trust you with my physical body?
Mm-hmm.
And the spiritual implications of giving you my physical body if I don't trust you with my emotions, with my mental state, with things
Mm-hmm.
that I have done, that I have quote unquote done wrong. Because the reality is we've just done things.
Yeah.
In the light of today, in that, like they say, hindsight is always 20/20. In the light of the moment now, I can judge it as being right or being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, and maybe in the moment you did realize that it was the wrong thing to do, but for whatever reason your inhibitions didn't stop you or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you
Yes. I mean,
or you were having fun.
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Happens all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality of it is that I should never trust my body. And this really goes for men too.
Mm-hmm.
You should never trust your physical and because again, we need to stop pretending like the physical does not come with spirit.
Oh yeah.
So I should never trust my physical body to somebody that I can't trust to have conversation, to be able to tell you like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
it's trash, my G.
Yeah.
It's garbage. And
Well, you ain't got to say it like that.
I mean, of course I would say
Whatever works for you.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to be real on here because I feel like I feel like we should. I think that is another thing that is so great about the way our relationship started, because before we got to that part where we were really physical, we already had gone through that. We had been at the point where we trusted each other.
Right.
We knew we loved each other before and said that we loved each other before we even got into a committed relationship.
Right.
So it's that, and that's why I say this is the healthiest relationship that I've ever been in, and it's one that is honest and real, and I don't think you hide anything from me. I don't hide anything from you. Like, it's just, except for the occasional things that I'm scared to show you, but
right.
They come out eventually.
Right.
They come out eventually, and so it's
well,
and
yeah. Oh, I
and you can read them anyway.
That's that was what I was about to say. is that there really isn't any point in you hiding it from me, because I can. It's like, even before, hey, I don't even need. I know there's something. Hey, what's behind your back? Wait, what? Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? No, there's something behind your back.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
But both of my hands are in front of me. I still know that there's something behind your back. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what part? And that's the funny thing, is that over the time you have figured that out, that he can see, because I had said that to you in the beginning, and you probably were like, okay.
Well, no, I think I believed you. It's just that I didn't think you would care enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that
it was like,
that definitely makes sense.
Yeah. That's what it was.
For me, it's like, no, I see it. Mm-hmm. And it's not, and I guess for me, it never was just like, hey, I see it. No. Come on now. Bring it up. Come on. Cause what is the purpose? Because I feel like a lot of the issues that we also have in relationships, whether it be long distance or together, is that we hide things, but then also you see things and you don't address it. And I would say more with women than with men, because women tend to have more intuition than men do. But some of us definitely still have discernment. Some of us definitely still are able to feel things and know and call them out. But the reality is, it's like, yo, what is the purpose of that? Like, if you really want me to love you, you have to be willing to because it's like vulnerability is ultimately the word. The word
that is mad hard.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because and that's what's so weird to me. It's like, I can fuck you. I can fuck you. I can feed you. I can show you to my mama. I can show you to my friends. I can go on vacations with you. You could know my social security number. But I am afraid to show you those parts of me that I hide from the world. And so, do you really love me? And how can I ever know if you really love me if I'm not willing to say to you, hey, this is who I am?
Yeah.
This is what it is. Do you take, because again, that's it. You have to take all of me, because at the end of the day, hey, I robbed a bank. No, folks, I have never robbed a bank. I am saying, I just wanted to put that out there. I want to make sure. I don't want nobody to hear this and be like, "You robbed a bank?" What? No, I have never robbed a bank. I'm saying I need that to be a truth in it, whatever that thing is. But I'm just saying, I robbed a bank 10 years ago, but that isn't the man that I am now.
Yeah.
That is simply the man that I was. I went to prison. I paid my debt to society, and I have moved on. This is where I am now. But I still need you to know that I robbed a bank. I still need you to know that I have been in abusive relationships. I need you to know that. Because rather than you just think that, oh, well, he was physical. No, I need you to understand that she was too. And I need you to, because things like that makes people not play with you a certain way.
Yeah.
Boy, I do. Hold on, man. Chill out. What you talking about? Why you? Because there's certain things. Yeah, there's certain ways you just don't even play about certain things. You know.
Nope.
Right. And so, yeah, if I know I never even play with you like that, I approach that situation with a level of sensitivity,
of care. Yes.
To realize
you don't even bring certain things to me because you know certain things happen.
Right.
Nope. Yep. That's
right. There's certain news stories that I'll be like, I don't even know if I really want to tell her about this.
Yeah.
Because and you'd be like, no, tell me. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, okay, I will, but
right.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I really want to, but you said I could, so I will. But at the same time, And then and in those things that I know can be sensitive, I try to, okay, let's skim up over that.
Yeah.
This is how much time he got. This is this is how much time he got. Right. Ooh. Yeah. Well, yeah, he deserved that much time. Exactly. I know. Yeah, like the dude that I don't even want to get into that story. That is a whole Yeah, that is a whole mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, another one of those situations that I was in that I looked at somebody and I said, you got some shit with you.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't ever really put my finger on it
Finger on it. Mm-hmm.
until it put it itself on my finger like, ha.
Uh-huh. Right.
Like, that's what it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I would have had to pray day and night for that. I'd have had to fast and all kind of stuff to figure that one out. That was,
yeah.
that was a heavy one. That was
Yeah. Ugly.
yeah, ooh.
Real ugly. Yeah.
Real ugly. But hey, I hold these 65 years. Hold that, son. You know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But no, that's the thing. That's the thing though. It's just the way that our conversation is right now is exactly how it's always been.
Right.
It's candid, it's open. You know, this is what's going on. This is what's happened. This is, you know, how I came to be who I am.
Right.
And I don't know. I would like to think that we would have gotten to the same place had we been in the same space. But I don't know.
I doubt it.
And there's no way to know now.
I honestly,
I doubt it too.
I can say I doubt it. Like,
yeah.
Because again, I don't know that it would, because it would just have become a place where it would just been like, you know, we just would have fell into a routine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever see us, but again, maybe we do, because maybe we do get to that place, but then I wonder if the communication is that strong that we ever get to the place where, that we get to that place where it's like, hey, I see that and I call it out, and it's like, what is that? And how should I approach it, and what should I do with that? Yeah, like I don't know that would have happened without the distance, without having to do, because I really feel like it's legwork that, because a lot of times you see 10 years in, people then trying to do what we're doing already. You know what I mean? They've gotten married. They've had kids already. They've done a bunch of stuff already.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go to therapy and it's like, my childhood this and this happened and blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, yeah.
As opposed to having it up front, because again, you start to get into these routines and then you're close to people and then you're like, maybe I don't know if I really want to address that. Maybe, you know what? It'll be fine. And we'll just keep going.
Right.
And she seems fine, so I'm fine.
Right. Dying inside, but
she seems fine, so I'm good. And vice versa. It's like, well, he seems to like that, so I'll just keep going with that.
Keep going. Yep. Meanwhile, he is cringing, like, right. Oh my God, this woman. Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, is that a thing?
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like it's also personality based.
Yeah.
Very much because I'm very much that person to be like, excuse me. I've noticed that you didn't eat all your soup.
Yeah.
Is there something in the soup? Is there something wrong with the soup? What about the soup? You know, sir, honestly, I don't even like this type of soup at all. Oh, okay. I'll never make that soup again. Like,
yeah.
But that's it. And that was, for me, it's like, because I need to know.
Yeah.
And I don't read minds. I need you to be able to tell me, I don't like that.
Right.
No, hey, you're too rough here. You're doing this, and I'm gonna be okay. So how would you,
Mm-hmm.
what do you need?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And but loving and caring you for you enough to accept that, because one is not criticism.
Right.
It's
Right.
it's literally just saying like, oh my goodness. It's kind of like math.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't, we talk about math as if it is just one big world.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of one big thing, but there are different types of math.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah. I get it. I get what you may know from over there, but hey, this is trigonometry.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't, yeah. So I need you to, what you have been doing, or because I know that, because again, I ain't never been no math person. That never was one of mine. But it's being able to say, hey, yeah, I know you're used to that over there, and but this is a little bit different.
Yeah.
There is more involved here. So I need you to understand, like, wait, like the conversation that we had when it came to like, hey, these are the ways that I need you to touch me. Oh.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
why it, because that's the other thing. Not just do it, sir, do it this way. Why?
Yeah.
Without me having to say, hey, well, why do you want me? It's like, no, here's what I want you to do, and here's why I want you to do it. And then it's like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. All right, got it.
Yeah.
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 So, I feel like I feel
And the
like
things that I thought I was doing, that, well, of course, like, of course he'd be up for this because this is what I've always done, or this is
right.
what I know, works. Nah, player. Like,
That is not it. That is so not it.
yeah, no, it's the
Yeah,
same kind of thing. Yeah.
right. Right. It is, and then I want to say to summarize like everything that we are saying about long distance relationships is that no, they're not easy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
They are the furthest thing from it, but no relationship is easy ever.
Right.
Um, and if it is, it probably isn't real. Just a thought.
Hmm.
If it's easy, it's probably not real.
Or maybe it's just surface. Maybe it's,
Well, okay. If it is something that is probably is that you're, because again, yeah, you're right. There could be a situation where we both are accepting of, hey, this is what it is, and we're good with
mm-hmm.
that, and we move with that.
Right.
But I feel as if anything that like where you want it to be that deep thing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If it's super easy, it
Yeah.
probably isn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because it may be gold on the surface,
Yeah.
but if I scratch it, is that still gold underneath there?
Mm-hmm.
It might not be. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, not easy. Probably the number one thing. Um, potentially could be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And
Depending on who you are.
right, depending on who you are,
Mm-hmm.
it may be necessary. It may be, and it may be far more beneficial because
Mm-hmm.
because maybe in the distance you may figure out, no, nope,
Right.
nope,
This ain't it.
this ain't even it anyway. Nah, I'm good. I'm straight.
Mm-hmm.
Because in person, you may be like, man, I like this and this is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then it take you 10 years to find out that, to
Mm-hmm.
accept. Because I really don't feel like it takes 10 years to figure out that you really shouldn't be with a person. I feel like it takes 10 years for you to accept that I shouldn't be with this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there were signs. There were signs.
Mm-hmm.
There were signs. But but yeah, but I feel like it would. I think the biggest thing is, before anything, communication should be the first thing,
Mm-hmm.
the most important of the things.
Yeah.
Because listen, what's it WAP?
Uh-huh.
Because yeah, okay, she could have that gushy, she could have that aquafina, she could have that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, he could what Chris Rock say, he could fuck you with a diamond dick. If that's all you're looking for, then hey, by all
Hey,
means,
hey, man.
by
Yeah.
all means, get your diamond dick. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want it to be more, if you want it to be something consistent and long lasting, and something that is that lifts both of you,
Mm-hmm.
that is uplifting to both of you, because it may be lifting to one of you, and if it's not lifting to the other one, it's not really necessarily healthy, because one of us
Right.
shouldn't be going down while the other one is going up.
Right.
Just really shouldn't be the way that a solid relationship, because eventually one of you is going to get tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you should both be trying to, hey, I'm trying to get you to your greatest self. I'm trying to support you and whatever it takes, and in every way that you need me to be, I'm trying to get you to your next level.
Yeah.
And the level beyond that. But yeah, it should never be a situation where it's like one of us is going, or
And sometimes that's what it takes, though. Sometimes it takes, you know what? I didn't deal with this. This might be a dark time for me right now for a minute
right,
while I deal with something that I didn't deal with before we got together.
right,
So there might be moments where it gets low for someone, but in the end, it is dealing with it is the purpose of dealing with it is to bring the both of you up
right, right.
in the end. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, because that's the reality. It's that, yes, there may be moments where we go down, or one of us goes down,
Mm-hmm.
but it should never be where I am bringing you
Mm-hmm.
bringing you down or pushing you down.
Yeah.
I should be, hey, I get it. That thing is something that needs to really be addressed, and it's probably in addressing it, it's probably going to weigh heavy on you, and that's fine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
here, and I am fully supportive of getting you through that, to move you up,
Yeah.
to get you to that place, whatever that is, to get
Mm-hmm.
you moving in your purpose. Because I don't know that I've ever addressed that enough on this show, but that's always been my thought process, is that
Mm-hmm.
I can't see myself not being in a relationship and trying my best to get you to your purpose.
Yeah.
Because your purpose ain't loving me. It may be part of what gets
Mm-hmm.
you, yeah, it may be part of your life.
Yeah.
Having children may be part of it, but I don't see just you loving me like that was the only thing he made you for, was to love me. No.
No.
No, you have a gift that the world is supposed to see. that that somehow you are able to contribute to this life. And I want you on that. I want you doing that. That's why I said you a playwright. I said what I said.
Yes, baby, you are super encouraging.
Yeah,
Yes.
because that's the other thing. It's like getting to that. I mean, and it's not like you aren't. It's not like you don't try to help me figure out. But again, I already had a thing, and you already have a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's even in that, it's helping each other figure out that thing. Because I may have already come to you with a thing, but not fully. I may not be living it out fully. Clearly, I'm not living it out fully.
Right. Well, no, I mean it's a process.
Right.
It is. Yeah.
Right.
It is a process, and you're learning new things about yourself and new things about this process every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when I say the fullness, okay, the easiest example would be Jesus, because if you think about it, when he was he was 12, he knew who he was.
Right.
He knew what he was supposed to do, but it still took him like what was it, another 18 years? Yeah. It took another 18 years before he ever actually even started doing it. Like doing it.
Well, yeah, I just said that because I don't want you to discount your progress and where you are now, because I think that's
no,
that's something to be celebrated. But
no, not at all.
Yeah,
that is definitely not what I'm doing. I am.
Okay. No, I got you.
I'm simply saying I'm not in the because when I say the fullness of it, I'm simply saying it's just like a tree. The tree is planted, and yes, it's growing. But when it's like a sequoia, they go 100 some feet in the air, which is so crazy to me. But anyway, but it's
you got things you're trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, and I'm trying to grow. Me personally, I'm trying to be a sequoia out here.
I know it.
Whatever that sequoia level of my purpose, that whatever that's supposed to be. But I feel like I'm a sequoia.
Yeah, man.
But again,
yes, sir.
I mean, but again, that's just me. But yeah.
It's in the end, it is difficult. It is hard. It is work, a lot of work, but it is definitely worth it in my mind. And there are going to be things that we are going to have to face when we are finally in the same space with each other.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That people have already dealt with.
Facts.
It's funny because it's like, okay, we've got, a lot of people say long distance is hard. Ours may be the opposite. Being in the same space might be hard for us. That's going to be a whole other adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah. It I feel like it will, but I also feel like the thing that would make it easier is already understanding how I think, how I move. It's like how to address things. So it's like, I feel like that might be easier just because honestly for me, I'm just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to put this here. Okay.
Yeah. And you already know how I am. That's cool.
Yeah. Like,
I'm not bothered by it. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Let's put the bed this way. Okay. Because again, those things don't necessarily mean that much to me. And so see that again, that's even another thing is that we don't have necessarily those major issues when it comes to being in the same space because it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, the things like I've never had to tell you. Well, I mean, I think maybe I have told you once or twice that you're getting on my nerves, but like maybe,
but
not in a in a I need space kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know if that'll ever happen. But it's just,
I
so
mean,
we've been apart. We've been apart,
I mean,
this long. I'm like, I just need my guy.
I feel like
But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in the morning time when you get them ankles broken, you
Oh Lord, please stop talking about crossing me up in the kitchen. I'm so annoyed. That probably will be the day where I'm like, okay, I'm taking the baby. We're going to the park because I can't deal with you right now.
shoot get dunked on.
Whatever, man. But no, it's
I was not messing with you.
yes, you're so goofy. But yeah, it is everything is learning and growing, and our relationship is not perfect.
No, by any means.
And there are things that I appreciate about us being long distance, and it makes me look forward to being in the same space with you, and it makes me cherish our time that we spend in the same space so much more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And it's funny because even in that, when we have had time together, it's being like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I understand we haven't been around each other for a while, but we don't have to try to pack everything into this
Mm-hmm.
time. It's like, hey, let that thing, the same way that we talk, the same way that we flow, like let it be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let it be that. We don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to try to. We got 4 days together. Let's try to get everything that we ever were missing and ever wanted into the. No, calm down.
Right. Right.
Yeah, if it don't happen, it don't happen. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let it be organic. Don't try to. I'm gonna make this
Mm-hmm.
work. You gonna fit into these 4 days, and it's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like you a lot.
Even though she just said that I'd be annoying, but okay. I we
I
not gonna
was
we not gonna skate past that though.
I get on your nerves too. Don't even try it.
Oh yeah, by all means. Yes you do. And you know the funny thing is,
What?
that thing I sent you, that Abba and Preach, the one thing
Yes.
that I have learned over the years, and I learn more and more and more, is the number one rule to all relationships.
Oh boy.
If you really, really, really trying to make it work long term, sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up. Facts. Just shut the fuck. Because sometimes you will say or do something, and my brain is formulating so many things to say,
Mm-hmm.
and
Most of the time you say them. Mm-hmm.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm. Most of the
not
time.
most of the time.
Okay.
Honestly, not most of the time. There,
Okay.
there are a lot of times where a lot of things pop up into my head, and I'm just kind of like, no, I'm good.
Okay.
The funny
Okay.
thing.
We'll have to have that discussion when we get offline.
Oh
But yeah, go ahead.
no. You want to bring it up? Let's bring it up. So no, the reality is, if you really think about it, a lot of times when I end up saying what I was thinking, is
Mm-hmm.
because, what are you thinking? And I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to tell you.
Uh-huh.
And you
Uh-huh.
and you keep pushing for me to tell you what it is that
Because I know you're thinking something and you're just not telling me. Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
but most of the time, but see again, that's the thing. I have learned the art of shutting the fuck up until
Mm-hmm.
it is prompted of me. But
Mm-hmm.
if it ain't prompted of me, just shut the fuck up. That's it.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say, "What are you thinking?" Because I know you're thinking something. Exactly. Oh no, not really. I don't really want to say it. And then you're like, say what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you asked for it, and I'm gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have learned to, hey, you know what? Regardless of what I'm thinking, this may not be beneficial for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
This may not be beneficial for this time. So that's what goes through my mind. Like the other day when like you said, you were having a breakdown about a chicken sandwich.
Hey, these pregnancy cravings, man, just happen.
And see, and again, that does not stop me from being human. Like, yes, I definitely understand it, and I get it. But at the same time, it does not formulate my mind from thinking thoughts.
Yeah, no.
But think about, I never said a word.
No.
I literally just sat there and was just like,
and you let me cry.
And I let you cry. And that was it. And because if I was with you, I would have just held you. And I wouldn't have said a word. I would have just held you. Well, first and foremost, you wouldn't have been crying about no food in the first place.
I know.
If I was in front of you. But either way, if you were crying, I would have just held you. And I wouldn't have said a word. This is what it. I always quote that thing. I really should know what verse that is. I really.
What, all things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial? That's the one?
That one. Yes.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to look that up. All things are permissible. Yeah. All right. 1 Corinthians 10 and 23. I have the right to do anything you say, but not everything is beneficial. I have the right to do anything, but not everything is constructive. Listen, that's a word. That is a word, people.
Yeah, that is one thing that both of us have learned in this relationship. I could say this, I could do this, but it's not worth it. It's not something that is helpful to either of us. And so, no, I'm good. I think a lot of us in general need to have that same
right.
in everyday life. Not just
life.
when it comes to a relationship. But that is a lesson in everything. I am learning. I can say for sure I'm learning and growing in that every day, that just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
So, yeah.
Everything is not, because one is not beneficial. And because the food thing. So just a little sidebar, we were talking about eating based on our blood type. And so on the list, it has 3.
And we happen to have the same blood type.
Right. And we happen to have the same blood type. And so it says it has a void, it has neutral, and it has beneficial. Now, in the case of food, neutral is fine. Obviously, we want to try to avoid the things that we probably shouldn't eat, because many times once we've eaten it, it's bothering us anyway.
Yeah.
But the things that we really should be striving for are the things that are beneficial.
Yeah.
And so many times in life, a lot of the conflicts that we have, a lot of the things that we have issues with, is because we're so focused on, I want to do what I want to do. And yes, you can do whatever you want to do. But is it beneficial?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. It may not necessarily be something to just completely avoid. But is it beneficial though?
Right.
Is what you're about to say to this person, or what you're about to do, is it benefiting anyone?
Right.
Because even when you honk at a car and cuss them out, who did that benefit? Was that beneficial?
Right.
Could that potentially escalate the situation further? Because the reality is, there's a lot of people that get shot out here.
True.
Because you're angry and you throwing up the finger and blah, 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 and honking at the person. And that person gets out of the car and shoots you. It's like, so again, going back to relationships, just because you can think it and you can do it does not mean it is either beneficial or constructive.
Mm-hmm.
Because criticism, if it is constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just you criticizing to be criticizing, it's like perfect example. I don't necessarily like Karen-Leigh's driving that greatly.
Okay.
But
we're gonna do this now, huh?
I mean, if we're gonna be real, we're gonna be real.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But at the end of the day, many times I don't say anything because it's not beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really going to change how you drive. So it's just, okay, just shut up, sit in the seat, mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you start grabbing your phone, and I'm always like, hey, give me this.
What?
Girl, don't do that. Don't do that. You grab your phone sometimes when you're trying to look for a place and we're already moving. You don't look for the place
because I'm normally there by myself. I don't have anybody sitting next to me to help me out with that. I gotta figure that out by myself. I just do what I normally do.
I know. But either way, I'd be like, give me this. I got it. I'm going to put it in.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I just grab it and I put it in. I don't say nothing.
Okay.
I just be like, here, give me that. I'm saying, though, what's good?
That was a reach, but I'll let you have that.
Oh, no, you didn't. Did you just say that was a reach?
I did. Yeah, it was a reach.
Oh, that was a reach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just looked for something to criticize that time, but because you know I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just
do what I have to do when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I have no problem with you looking up what you need to look up when you're next to me, but it don't happen all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll stop messing with you.
Anyway.
Half the time, y'all, I just do stuff to her just to get her moving.
Under my skin?
Just to get her moving in a certain way, just because.
It's ridiculous.
No, it is not always beneficial.
But you just like to mess with me.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
fine.
I mean, I'm saying. We have a lot of laughs, though. We have had a lot of laughs.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of laughs.
Yeah.
But ultimately, with all our clowning and everything, the reality is, like I said, it is always about starting with a good foundation. And that good foundation should definitely be communication. Whether it's long distance or not, but definitely if it's long distance, well, again, if it's long distance, baby, it really needs to be communication because
that's all you got.
because that's all you really got most of the time. And so, yeah, when you doing all that googly, baby, you know what I'm saying? I miss you. Hey, how about you? Hey, how was your childhood? What's your relationship with your parents? Figure those things out. Understand. Because if a person just tells you, well, I don't talk to my parents. Well, wait, why? It's like, it's good to know. Like, and if they don't want to talk about it today, it's like, but at some point, hey, we need to address.
When that trust is built.
Right. We need to address the elephant in the room. Yeah. Wait for the trust. Don't just start blabbering like straight out the gate. But once the trust is there, then like, hey, listen, this is what it is. This is how I feel, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. Well, with that being said,
Mm-hmm.
it has been a pleasure, ma'am.
It's been a pleasure, sir. I will say that I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. You are just a great partner, and I'm thankful for you.
Oh, I'm thankful for you as well. And yes, I having tried to do together in the same place or long distance, no, I could not ever see it being better than it is at this moment, at this time, this way with
Yeah,
you. Yeah. And
agreed.
I feel like the kid thing came out the way that it came out because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like these two people have a similar, not necessarily we think the same because we don't,
Mm-hmm.
but we equally yoked. Is that a word? Is that
Yeah,
maybe?
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah, very much so.
yeah. Meaning that we are pulling in the same
The same
direction.
direction. Yep.
So yeah. Well, folks, with that being said, we are going to get up out of here. We pray
All
that
right.
y'all got something from this. Um, tell us about your long distance relationships. Tell us why you don't like long distance relationships. Um, tell us your experiences with long distance relationships, about your relationships in general. We are here to hear it. We are here for the stories. We will address any questions that y'all may have anytime y'all send them in. So I have another episode in like a week or so that I'm going to address something that somebody hit me up about, and I may have a guest on. I may do it on my own. But either way, we thank y'all for listening. We appreciate the listeners. As always, this is a place of comfort. This is a place of communication and respect. And so we will always do our best to be that, do that, and show that in everything that we do. But with that, y'all have a good one.
Bye.